Breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, Kimetsu no Yaiba chapter 200, and it seems as though we are finally within the finale of Kimetsu no Yaiba. And the one question that I have, and I think everybody has on their mind, is this it? Is this the finale for Kimetsu no Yaiba? Is this how everybody is going to go out? What is going to be the result? What is going to be the conclusion? What is going to be the outcome of Tanjiro at the end of this chapter? Because we still don't know. We still don't know. Nothing has been confirmed, at least for Tanjiro. I mean, it's been confirmed for a few of the Hashiras and a few of the others, but Tanjiro is still up in air. It does seem like we're going to have a few more chapters after chapter 200. I thought it was going to end on only chapter 200, but we will see. But without further ado, let's get into this review. Now, we kicked this chapter off with Himejima, and he's flat out refusing treatment. Well, actually, we don't. We kicked this chapter off with Muzan being completely eviscerated at this point. So Muzan is no more. This is the end for Muzan. He's not coming back. At least I don't think he's coming back. There's no reason for him to come back. He's been dissolved by the sunlight. There's nothing for him at this point. After all of that's happening, you have the fodder demon slayers that act like they did some shit that really didn't do anything. They're all gathered around. They're crying. They're celebrating. They're like, yeah, we finally defeated Muzan. It's all over. And you have the head boy in charge. He's like, yo, this isn't over. Tend to the wounded. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't do shit. Tend to the fucking wounded. So you have them going out, and you run into Himejima, and he's like, no, save your supplies, don't waste them on me, I'm not long for this world. And then you have this grand finale of Himejima where he is confronted by all of his friends from the past, and they're basically saying, and they're apologizing to him, saying that we weren't leaving you for dead back then. We weren't trying to run away, and we waited all this time to apologize to you. It was because you were blind. I ran out to look for weapons. That's why I ran out. And then you have other people talking about, oh, I ran out to go and get for help. And basically they waited all this time for him to grow up and basically die for them to say this to him. And Himejima forgives them, and R.I.P. fucking Himejima. You have the scene of Iguro and Konroji having their moment together, and I think this is the most heart-wrenching part of this entire chapter, because they've been love interests since as far back as I can remember, at least in the manga. I know in the anime they haven't gotten to that point yet where it's obvious, but in the manga it's always been obvious after, chapter like 120, I'm gonna say, where you can see that Iguro has feelings for Konroji. And right now in this part of the chapter 200, you have Konroji basically saying, hey, if things were different and we're reincarnated as humans, I would love to be your bride. And Iguro was like, I will do everything in my power to be able to protect you so that you're not gonna end up dead. And they're embracing each other, they're loving each other, and they die. Yeah, I mean, look, this is a chapter of everybody dying. I'm sorry, if you wanted to see anything positive, well, there's about one thing positive. Let's get into that, because that's coming up right next. Anyway, the next thing that we get that's somewhat positive is Shinazugawa is having his moment where you think that he is gonna die. You think this is the end of Shinazugawa, and he is confronted, and he has the memories of his mother and everything that happened with his mother and his father and his brother, and he's basically saying, hey, come with me, it's your time to come with me. He's referring to his mother. He tries to take Shizu with him. He's like, yo, let's go, we're going to heaven. And she's like, nah, I don't belong there, I could never go there. And you have this moment of him saying, okay, well, if you can't come to heaven, then I'm coming with you to hell. And he takes her hand and was like, I'm coming with you, let's go. And he gives you a very innocent smile of what he could have been if he was not raised by an abusive father and a very complacent mother. But that is quickly broken up as his father comes, rips their hand apart from each other, and says, Shizu is coming with me, this isn't your time yet. And you're then greeted by him awakening, completely bandaged up. Like, he is completely fucked up in this chapter, but he awakens. And it's clear that he is going to be one of the Hashiras that make it through this and are alive. You're then seeing scenes of Inosuke and Zenitsu. Well, Inosuke, he's being treated. Inosuke bites the fucking demon slayer that's treating him, but he's coughing up blood at the same time. Even when Inosuke's dying, he still seems to have all this fight left in him. But that doesn't change the fact that it's probably gonna be a moment where Inosuke is alive. I don't see Inosuke dying. I don't see Zenitsu dying, because Zenitsu comes up next and he's being a bitch, and he's talking about Nezuko, and to tell Nezuko, his quote unquote wife, that he loves her. And the Demon Slayers are like, you're not married to Nezuko. Why are you even bringing any of this up? And Zenitsu's just being fucking Zenitsu. I'm sorry. 200 chapters in, and I still don't like Zenitsu. There's nothing I can say about any of this. We're getting into the final 3 pages of this chapter, and you're met with Tomioka, and he seems the most well put together of all of the Hashira at this point in time, because he's good to go. He just lost an arm. Nothing seems to have really affected Tomioka during this entire time. He doesn't have a flashback. He doesn't have a coming to Jesus moment. The only thing that really affects him is when he sees Tanjiro. He's kneeling, his head's down, he's still gripping his sword, his broken sword, in his right hand. It's not red at this point, but Tanjiro is a lifeless corpse, at least from what we see. Tomioka approaches him, and he has this moment where he's just sobbing, and he's like, I failed to protect you again. I always receive protection from others, forgive me. And you're left with this very last panel on the very last page of Nezuko, completely human at this point, running to Tanjiro, just saying, well, she's not saying anything. It's the Demon Slayers behind her. The Demon Slayers behind her, the fodder Demon Slayers, are sobbing, saying, I'm sorry, Nezuko, I'm so sorry. And I can only assume at this point that Tanjiro went out like a fucking G, and he's no more. I can't confirm anything because nothing was confirmed in this chapter, but at the end of the day, Tanjiro did his thing, Himajima did his thing, Uguro, Konroji, Shinazugawa, Tomioka, Inosuke, and I guess Zenitsu, they all fought valiantly to hold off Muzan to the very last moment. And if this is how Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba is going to end, then I am happy. I always love when stakes are high in animes, even shonen battle manga. And I always love when giving it your all also means risking your life, which you don't really see a lot of in battle shonen. I'm sorry. I mean, the stakes can be high. They could be risking it all, but, you know, main characters rarely suffer any permanent damage or just die. But that's not what I look for in an anime. That's just, you know, the fact of the nature. But I'm not going to drag this out any longer than what it needs to be. If you made it to the end, thank you for rocking with me. If you are new, go Plus Ultra and smash that subscribe button. It lets me know you rock with the content that I put out here on this channel. And without further ado, share the video, comment on the video, rate the video, and like always, keep it safe and appetite. I'm out.